Hey guys, it's Silver Age, and we're going to do a two-part podcast about the significant stuff that happened with superheroes over the decade from 2010 to 2020. So it's going to be two parts. First part is going to be Marvel. Second part is going to be DC. So we're going to start off with Black Panther. In my opinion, Black Panther was one of the worst Marvel movies of the decade. I think this because, there was no real story to it, in my opinion. It was just like, oh, someone became the new Black Panther. Oh, stop him because he's going to corrupt everything. And that's been done a bunch of times. So, in my opinion, that's what I think, is the worst movie of the decade. One of the worst. And now we're going to be talking about Infinity War. I feel like Infinity War is one of the best movies of the Marvel series in the decade. Because it was the first of its kind. It introduced, besides I think DC. It brought in all the kinds of superheroes, like Infinity War, the Avengers, Vision, all those people into one big movie where it's almost the final showdown. And in that movie, it's the one movie that I can remember off the top of my head where the good guys did not win and the bad guy won. Now we're going to be talking about Endgame. I think that Endgame was the best movie in the Marvel series of the decade. I think this because it was the final. It was the final battle, the final showdown of the Avengers series. And in my opinion, I think the Avengers was drawn out a little too much. I think that 1, 2, 3. How many were there? 4 movies. I think 4 was a little too much. In my opinion, it just wasn't necessary. I feel like 1 was just enough, and Infinity War and Endgame should have been its own separate series, in my opinion. But it was the final showdown. It was big. It was nonstop of just amazing actors, amazing acting by all the actors that they got for the movie. It was just nonstop action, nonstop comedy. It was just amazing.
Quick interjection here to add to the Marvel thing in the MCU. Just add about a particular movie which happens to be Captain Marvel. I think it was awful, and I think everyone who saw it can agree except for feminists because they portrayed her as way too powerful than anyone else, and I was glad that the Russos in Endgame cut her out of it and put her in 2 minutes of the movie. But besides that, the movie itself was awful. It used covers of music like the Weezer version of Africa rather than the original. It used a bunch of just unnecessary things that was way too cliche and way too feminist towards rather than being just a general superhero. I don't think it matters what gender you are as a superhero, but it shouldn't lean towards one theme of either men or women's rights. Just to add. Now back to you, Dorian.
Sorry for that quick introduction. Adam just had to go off for a second because he feels a lot strongly about that point. All right, now it's back. Now we're going to talk about Spider-Man: Homecoming. Spider-Man: Homecoming was a very good movie, in my opinion. It did a lot of things right. It had forget the actor's name. Tom Holland was a very good pick for unlike the others one. The very first Spider-Man one. Very, very first one, that was it was okay, but it was it was a little cheesy. Tom Holland was an amazing actor, amazing comedy, really good personality, and it was just a very, very fun movie to watch. And now we're going to talk about the Civil War. Civil War, in my opinion, was also a very good movie. Marvel came out with a bunch of good movies this year, except for a few exceptions like Black Panther and Captain Marvel. But this movie was a mini version of Infinity War, where it brought in 2 superheroes from the same group, or 2 superheroes in the same series, and put them in the same movie and told them to battle, like Thanos against the Avengers and all of them. It was very good. I loved the plot. The bad guy was excellent. And, there's not a lot to say about it. You already know. You guys already probably seen it. Yeah, thank you. This is the first part of our Through the Decade thing with the 2 parts where we talk about the superheroes over the decade. Yes, please like, comment, subscribe, and part 2 will be coming soon. Bye-bye.